Good morning, hello again, and welcome to another video. I'm out, I'm not alone, I'm never alone, am I? I like being around people, I enjoy it. I chops and talk and take the mick. I'm out with Nigel, we're at another location. We were out last night, yesterday. This morning we're at Stanage Edge. I've been here before, as you know. I'll put a link up for the video, but go and watch it at the end, not at the beginning. But I've been here before. It's grey and wet, but who cares? Got my waterproof on, not too worried. I've had that much sunshine and that much good weather lately that I'm not bothered by a bit of rain. I really do. In fact, I'm actually looking forward to it raining, in all fairness. We're walking up the road. I'm going to take Nigel, because Nigel's pretty much a Peak District virgin. I brought him over Friday night. We've done Mam Tour, we've done Winnett's Pass, we've done Bamford Edge last night. Now I'm going to cut over to Bamford Edge last night and show you a little tiny bit of video footage. I only had a little tiny bit of B-roll. I actually went up there to do a couple of reviews on the tripod, new tripod I've got from Sunway Photo, and the geared head. So that was my plan last night, but the weather turned so nice that we got a fantastic sunset and it was pretty awesome. Some nice little clouds, some nice colour in the sky, and obviously some nice foreground rocks. And I managed to get a couple of different pictures that I hadn't taken before, so I've got a couple of photos to show you. Like I say, the tiny little bit of B-roll. I didn't really do a lot at all. I was just really chilling out and enjoying the sunset, and well, yeah, just chilling out really. Hello, and I'm out and about. I'm not on a mission today for a big photographic trip, but it could end up that way. Conditions are grey coming in. Behind me it's pretty dark, it's pretty moody, and it's given rain showers and stuff, so we might be getting some weather. I'm at Bamford Edge and I'm with Nigel. Nigel's behind me there somewhere. You can see him in his blue coat following me. Never been here before. This is his second place in the Peak District, and I'm just looking for the path around. Let's go to the bigger gap while I'm talking. But yeah, we're up on Bamford Edge. I can't wait to show Nigel the actual piece de resistance, as they say, or as I say. I don't even know whether that's right, but yeah, when he gets to see the view over here in a minute, he'll be quite shocked. And pretty breezy. So I've just come over to the first edge, and this is, if you haven't seen Bamford Edge, why haven't you? Because I've been here before. So I'm just going to show you what it's all about. It's all about stuff like this, these rocks that come out and stick out across the edge, and you can see people right down there in the distance on the edge. That's where we're going, down to that bit. That's where it gets really interesting. So this is just a taster for you to show you what Bamford Edge is like, and I will put a link up for my video. I've been here before and had a little bit of atmosphere, I think's the word. So yeah, we've got Bamford Edge, and over in the distance over that way, right over there, we've got Stanage Edge as well.
You've been standing on the edge?
I've been out on the edge of some of them, yeah. Definitely, I like to test them out and stand on them, have a go. I say climbing down there, going underneath that little gap. I've been down underneath there. But you wait until you get down here, you'll be quite surprised. Always like it when I bring people out for the first time, because I know what to expect when you get down here, but he doesn't. And it'll be a nice surprise. It's one of the best edges. We've got Kerber Edge, we've got Stanage Edge. This is we've got Baslow Edge as well, and this is Bamford Edge, and Bamford's definitely got the best view out of all of them, so it's definitely the best to start with. This is what it's all about. Let me show you this for business. Are you ready for this? Hold your breath. This is what it's all about. This view down onto Ladybower. Right down there, look at that for a view. Can I zoom you in? Look at this, here we go. Look at that beautiful view as the way it snakes up into the valley. Ladybower Reservoir, there's not a lot of water in it. The tide down there is pretty low, but we've got an image right in front of us, something like this, with a little bit of light in the background. So I'm going to get my tripod out, take my bag off my back. First of all, I'm going to put my coat on because it's chilly. It really is chilly. Nigel's going to have a big smile on his face now. This is where he's going to look at him. Look, he's got a big smile on his face. He's going to get all excited for this because this is pretty special. It really is pretty special. So this morning we are at Bamford Edge. No, we're not. We're at Stanage Edge. This is an awesome place, and I was showing Nigel last night. This goes on probably 3 miles. I don't even know how long it is. It just goes on and on and on and on. I might try and work it out on the map and show you how far it goes. But it's a brilliant location for a sort of gentle walk. At the moment we're heading up the road. Big car park, lots of car parks down here. We're heading up the road, and I'm going to try and take him to show him something very Peak District-y, as he's never been before. Some millstones, and these things are awesome. I have, like I say, I've been there before, I've seen them, took a few images of them, but nothing fancy. So I'm going to go there again and show him them. I will show you, I will take a few images, and I do like this overcast moodiness in the sky, so see if we can find something dramatic looking, some more heavy skies. I'll bring them out in the Photoshop and Lightroom and make them quite punchy, dramatic, heavy skies. So that's the plan for this morning. Bit of a chilled out one. Walk around, have a nice walk with Nige, and just enjoy it. So we've been walking up this road for a bit now. We both got warm. I'm still looking for the path that switches me back on the left, and I haven't seen it yet. So I've got my eyes peeled, and I know it's a definite path. I know it is. I know it's a definite path. It's not just a scramble through the grass. I've been on it before. You know what it is when you're looking for something, you think, I'm sure we've been there already. I'm sure we've already got to it. But there is a pathway up here, so we're going to take this one no matter what, and we'll make our way across. It definitely feels like I've walked a lot further up this hill than I did last time. God, what is it with this countryside and it keeps moving around? So it looks a bit more edgy now. Now we've come off the road and it feels like we're walking again. We're on a bit more of a gravelly path, but it's level. It's not going uphill as such. So we've not got far to go before we can start to play and think about photos and compositions. Like I say, it's all about the moodiness today. I'm going to try and make it look real moody and atmospheric, and the cloud, or the whatever you want to call this stuff, the mugginess has dropped. It's a bit lower now and it's blowing in past us. So when we get on the actual top, it should look quite thick, quite nice and cool, as the cooler air is blowing across us now as we're going up a little bit higher. I do enjoy these walks. I do enjoy these mornings. And I do enjoy these rock formations and things like that, because I was saying to Nigel that Nigel's from South Wales. So he's seen all of South Wales, Pembrokeshire and all that sort of stuff. He's been to North Wales. I took him to the Lake District the other week, only a small part of it. And then you come up to the Peak District for the first time, and the countryside's so very different wherever you go. I always think Wales is quite pointy and sharp. I've not done a lot of Pembrokeshire, but it's very rough and rugged along the coasts. And then you come into the Lake District. The Lake District's very rounded. It's still got mountains, but they're very rounded and green. And you come to the Peak District and it's very hilly but not mountainous, so you've got a lot of ups and downs, a lot of rolling countryside and a lot of stones and rocks. So yeah, everywhere is very, very different. So if you haven't explored these places, treat yourself to a trip to North Wales, Lake District and the Peak District, all very close, roughly, you know, pretty much within an hour and a half, 2 hours drive. So yeah, well worth a look and a visit, and pick some key locations and you'll get to see the difference in our countryside. We really have. I mean, Scotland's a whole new ball game. Scotland's got it all, but it's massive. And roll on October, because we're going up for a week, and I haven't been there for over a year, which is brilliant. Can't wait. There's a little sheep here, look. Little sheep's having a sleep. Hello, Mr. Sheep. You're alright, don't get panicky, I'm not going to hurt you. Little sheepies. But yeah, you can see we're really close now. We've only got to walk up this last little bit, and then Nigel can start to fill his boots. So as you can see, we've arrived. There's our stones, and there's our big overhanging rock. And last time I was up here, I showed you a little font, which was quite weird. So I'm going to have another look at it, and it's probably going to be a photograph from there again. Different conditions, different day, different things. But that's what we've come to see. So we've only got a little tiny bit to go. It is only a little bit. This Osmo looks really big. So just going to get ourselves round that bit, and then it's time to chill out. And the sheep are making a funny noise then. I wonder what they were doing. Right, let's just make this last little bit, and then we get the camera out. Here, this is it. This is our spot to start. And we've got our nice rocks down here, and there's a few of them here, and these things are big. If I was to put my foot on there, that's my foot, and you can see by the size of that hole that they're pretty big. I'd say they're 4.5, 5 foot maybe. So yeah, they're pretty big, and we've got all this countryside in the background for us to sort of blend in. There's one down there as well. You can see just where that sheep's going past, just there's one down there. It's obviously rolled down the hill. And apparently someone was telling us last night, it's actually a subscriber who I bumped into last night, or didn't, he saw me and he come past, he goes, Paul! I'm like, so cool, never ever tire of that, absolutely amazing. And then he walked off and left me because I was filming, but I said to him, don't worry about it, if I'm filming, come and say hello. It actually makes some really good footage. So if you do see me out and about, just really come over and tap me on the shoulder and say, is that Paul? Because it is so cool, and I keep buzzing off it every single time. And I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, and he said these stones were left because, and they're scattered all over the Peak District, because industry changed and they started to make like a composite. They could man-make them rather than cut them out of the rocks, and the guys were just told leave them, and that was it. So I don't know how true it is, but my God, look at that blowing in across there. I'm going to spin you around. Just look at this blowing in across here. If you can see it there. See there's vans in the distance, and let's see if I can zoom you in, get a look. Just look at this blowing across the country there. That is natural speed blowing across. So we're in some nice atmosphere. We're in some nice atmosphere this morning, just to get a bit of a taste of proper Peak District weather. Right, let's shut up. Let's sort of composition out, get the camera out, have a go, and take some photos, because that's what it's all about. Camera's out, camera's set up, and you will see that I am using a completely new setup. I did a review on this last night, like I say, so I'll put a link up for the review if you want to have a look at it. I've got a Samway Photo tripod, and I've got a Samway Photo geared head. Yes, Compton's gone geared head. I don't know whether I like it or not, because it's definitely slows me down. But Nigel says that's not a bad thing. Nigel's been using one for a while, so yeah, it's not a bad thing at all. So the idea with a geared head, at least, is you can get your composition really, really fine-tuned. And I understand why. You know, you just turn these knobs slightly and you really do fine-tune it, millimeters, even points of a fraction at a time. So yeah, I understand the reason behind it, and it's nice once it's set up. It's just hard getting that initial tripod pointing in the right direction. So composition, I've got the rocks set up. I'm going to spin you around, give you a rough idea of what I've got set up. So I've got a pretty wide angle lens, not quite as wide as this one, but it's similar to what you've got here. And what I'm doing is I'm lining that hole with the intersection of the thirds on that side. And then I've got this lot there rolling round to the right hand side, sort of taking you through the image. And I've got a big section of the Stanage edge rocks on the side, because that gives a composition to sort of where it is. It sort of tells that story of it comes from there. So yeah, bang on the third line, that one. And then we've got this nice mistiness going down. And our vans are actually parked right down in the distance over there. So that's my composition set up. It's quite a simple one. I'm not going to be fancy about it. I don't think there's any reason to. It looks pretty good. I've got the camera relatively high, so I'm sort of looking down. It just gives me a little bit more of that circle shape and the holes in the top. But yeah, quite a nice image. I love the atmosphere in the background. I've got a 2-second timer on. I've gone for f8. f8's a slightly shallower depth of field than like 11 and 14, so it should drop off in the distance, which will help that diffuseness as it goes back through to the grey atmosphere. I'm going to make this quite a punchy, moody sky. Like I say, I'm going to draw out as much detail of it as I can and make it quite grimacy. They could even end up black and white, I don't know, but yeah, cracking little image to start. I just like the flow of the rocks, the flow of the sandstone wheels leading you up to this big rock face. And it is quite a big rock face. See Nigel stood there? It just goes to show you how tall and, you know, big it is, really. It's not a small area. Not Nigel, that is. He's laughing. Not you, big mate. Not you. The rock's behind you. If you look there, see that rock there? If you look at that, that's actually like a bath, which I can't quite work out what it was for. It might have been like a dipping thing, a cooling bath for tools or something. Yeah, dead weird that is. I'll show you that in a minute. Right, shot's done. Simple as that. Let's try and find another one. Slightly different angle, maybe looking up into the rocks, definitely looking down into the countryside, because that's more the classic I know. So yeah, we'll give it a go. Let's find another one, and then we're going to go up and walk along the top and see what we can find up there. Right, so the polarizer is going on. Clip the polarizer on, and the reason I put the polarizer on is because I am up on the top now. I stood up on a rock to get myself a little bit of elevation to sort of look down into this bowl. And if I can show you this bowl, this is what it is. So like I say, if someone can explain what it is, I'd love to know. I really would love to know if you know the history of what this is and what it does. I love to know. I love the comments from people when they tell me things, because it really is cool. The mist has rolled right in. There's not a lot of countryside left over there, so I've got the camera tilted right down low, so I'm taking in this, and I've got a bit of an angle, so I've got the bowl on the bottom right hand thirds, so your intersection this way, and I've got the rocks on the top right hand thirds on the intersection over that way, and it's sort of a bit of a diagonal looking image, so try and fill the frame with all of the stuff that's going here. If you come around here, you get around this side and you've got this negative space over here, or you get the negative space over this side. So if you go around too far that way, it sort of turns it into like a flat image, which is dead flat. So by coming here, it's more of a diagonal that's going through the image, and that's what I was looking at. The polarizer's on to eliminate this glare here, and I can show you all this on the camera. I can switch this on to video for you, and I can show you the polarizer working. So I'm going to switch the video on. You can see this diagonal now through the image. I've got my intersection of my thirds there, and I've got my intersection of my thirds there. So, and then there's the diagonal going through the image. I cut all the top of that there, so I haven't got all this mist. It just rolls off into the countryside. It's just a shame about the road there, but there's not a lot we can do about it. I might try and hide it. It's not actually the road, it's a dirt track. So yeah, the polarizer, as I spin the polarizer, you can see that. Look at the difference in that water. So we've got a shiny one, which I'm going to take a shiny one, and then I'm going to turn the polarizer around, and you can see right through the glare. Now it does make it darker, and it takes the sheen off of these rocks up there. So always try and remember to take one with it on, maybe a part one like that, and maybe sort of a full on one. So you've got full on, sort of a part version, and then an off version. That way you can blend in some of the highlights in the places that you want to blend them in. So that's what I would tend to do. So that's our rock, that's our picture. I'm going to take these shots, and yeah, polarizer off to start with. Turn the video off because we don't need that on anymore. Flick it back over onto stills. Polarizer is off. I am bracketing, but there's no actual reason to bracket. It really isn't, because everything's, in fact I'm going to turn it off. I don't need to bracket these, it's just a waste. So I'm going to take the shot, first one like so. It's quite light because it's quite a light image. Then I'm going to take the polarizer part off like so, and then I'm going to take one with the polarizer all the way off, and you can see right the way through those rocks, which just makes it work. You can see all the detail right down there in that rock section. So another one done. Nice little image, nice little set of rocks, nice sandstones, and look, the mist has cleared again now. It's all come back. So within seconds it disappears and comes back. So I think now's the time to go up top. Up we go. See you at the top. So we've made it to the trig point, and I've got a bit of a step to get over, and we are there. Nigel's come round the slightly easier route behind me. He's just here, but here we are. Look, we're at the trig point, which is just, oh, the mic, the camera doesn't want to, but if I get next, there you go, there's the trig point. Yeah, we're up on the top now of Stanage Edge, and it's a lot cooler up here, it's a lot windier up here, and it's a lot mistier and foggier up here. So we're not going to do a lot of standing still as such. We're going to walk around. I'm going to show Nigel this as a walk. We're going to go down and round the side, see what it's like a bit further on, and yeah, we'll get another couple of shots while we're up here. Something interesting, something nice for him to take back of remembering his day out with me. I've just actually had him doing a bit of scrambling, so he's done his first bit of scrambling up some rocks. Very nice, nice atmosphere, nice cool fresh air after all this horrible sunshine we've been having. But look, and then it clears again behind us. It's gone clear, and then within another 30 seconds or so, the fog or the mist will just roll back in again and hit us. I think it's low cloud, isn't it, rather than mist? Yeah, it's low cloud, so yeah, really good. Right, we're not going to get a picture of the trig point. We're gonna head off that way and go for a walk along the edge of these stones and rocks and find something nice and interesting. God, it's really weird the way this stuff comes and goes. We've just done our selfies. Both me and Nigel's just done a selfie with the trig point. I wasn't going to take a picture of the trig point, but I got my phone out, and I will put the phone shot up for you. I got my phone out just to take a record shot as I walk past and click, and it looks so good on my phone. I thought, you know what, that white trig point really does stand out against everything else. So I've got the camera out, and the wind in my ears is awful. I'm going to change my hat in a minute and try and find my woolly hat that's in my bag. So I'll set the trig point up on the left-hand thirds, and I've got the rocks on the right hand. And with this, I thought this is important just to sort of mention this one as well. These are where I do, I'm going to spin my camera around. This is where I try and decide whether I want the trig point higher or lower. So I wouldn't have my trig point there where it is now. You see where it's touching the horizon? That is really no, a bad thing. So I wanted to bring my camera up higher, like so. So you're about the same height as the camera now. You can see the cameras here. So my trig point is now below that horizon line. Not that you could see the horizon in a minute ago, because that was all in fog. So I brought my camera up as high as it would go just to get that height. Then the other option would be to come down lower. Now, just excuse me tripod, but to come down lower and poke it up in the air, which gives that sense of height where you are. But I think personally I prefer it up there. So let me know what you think. I'm only going to take the one at the high one, but tell me if I missed an opportunity by getting down low and getting a shot looking up at it. So there's your two options. Tell me what you think in the comments, please, and let me know what you would have probably done, and do you see the difference when I point it out to you about the horizon line. I'm going to take another one. Like I say, you can see the horizon now, which I couldn't do 30 seconds ago because it's coming and going all the time. I'm at f8 still. I'm going to leave it on f8, single shot, because the histogram's well in both sides. I don't need to bracket them at all. And now the wind's blowing in this ear, something chronic. I've got to put my woolly hat on and try and cover this ear up, because it's quite uncomfortable blowing in that ear hole. So let's concentrate on walking along and getting warm. God, aren't you glad you're not a sheep? Them baby sheep, then I'll give a punching. I saw that sheep, I did see that. Tell her to bugger off and get her own. So as we're making our way along, I thought I'd just show you this. There's a big chunk of rock here overhanging, as you can see there. We're just walking around the side of it, but look at all these little layers of almost like bricks that are sitting there holding it up, all these little slithers of stone. And I get quite fascinated by all of this, as I've definitely mentioned in the past before, and it's quite a chunk of rock. You can see there's Nigel stood next to it, you know, it's not a small piece of rock. So yeah, I'm going to try and show you a little bit of B-roll as we walk along. It gets a bit boring along this bit now, so I'll get you when we get over on that edge over there, because we've got some right atmosphere going on down over the trees. That's where it's all going on. That's where we need to be. So we're just going to make our way along now. Still heading forward. I'm still heading down that way, down towards that little bit of an overhang where there's a little bit of mist and that. Nigel's getting more and more daring, he's getting more and more confidence. I said to him, you've got to walk up to the edge to see the edge, and when you come out to the edge, you don't have to stand right on the close of the edge where I am, but it really does look impressive when you get to the edge of the rocks. I mean, I do go right close, but now I've got a good sense of height and quite good balance, and I've not got vertigo, whereas Nigel's got a bit of vertigo, so that's a good reason not to go too close. We're the only ones here. I'm going to spin you around and I'll show you where the van is. Little Tweedledee and Tweedledum down there. Can you see him down there, right down in the distance? The other guy's there, he's been there all night. But yeah, they're the only ones here really, which is quite nice. Just seeing a young lady just walking on her own. And like Nigel said, he said, how weird, you get these young girls just walk around on their own in this wilderness. And I think, yep. But yeah, everyone to their own, isn't it? She obviously enjoys it and feels confident. Right, let's carry on going. I like stepping over these rocks, climbing over the rocks and keep walking. It gives you a good leg exercise and you feel confident with your boots and your shoes that you're wearing. That's what I find. Try and avoid the easy bits and just go for a little bit more technical. All good fun. I just brought Nigel down to show him this little cave, and I think I might try and get a shot. I had an idea of one last time I was here. Now I'm not sure if Nigel's going to follow me over this bit, because like I say, he's got vertigo and you've got to make a bit of a step over here. Let me just show you what you've got to step over. There's a little bit of a ridge just down here, and I don't know why the Osmo turned upside down then. How weird is that? I don't know what happened then. The Osmo got stuck upside down. You can climb down this bit, Nige, if you want. Here, there's an actual step here, but yeah, there's a bit of a shot here I want to try and get. So it's pretty impressive. I actually climbed in there last time, Nige. I'll show you where I was last time. And it is definitely not for faint-hearted. I climbed in that little section just there, which was not for the faint-hearted at all, that one. Right, I'm going to try and get a shot in these holes and see if I can make something work. I've come down near these cave edges now. Let me just flip you around and I can show you what I'm doing. Here we go. Right, so we've got tripod extremely level and low, as low as I can possibly get it, and I want to try and shoot inside these holes, because the holes go right through and out this side, and it goes right through. There's a little cave system just here, just underneath this rock edge. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to take a shot here, getting all of this in, and then I want to get down inside here and get a shot inside that hole there. That's what I want to try and do, but I'm not sure whether I can get the tripod low enough to actually get it in that hole, but I'm going to try. If not, I'm going to maybe put it on my little baby tripod and see if I can get it to work that way. But one way or another, I'm going to get a shot inside that hole, because that's what I wanted to do last time. This is a Gavin Hardcastle thing, in all fairness. He's got some fantastic photographs, and it just makes me want to get one similar to that. But we're not in America, are we? We're only in England, so I'm going to do the best I can with this little section here. So let's see how I get on. So I've got my secret weapon out. Look at this, I've got myself a nice piece of plastic that I keep in my bag, and I've had this in my bag for years and I don't think I've ever used it, but I've just decided to use it randomly all of a sudden, and it is just a little piece of Corex that keeps the rain off the front of the lens. I've normally got a bag over it, but I just thought I'd try this. I've still got my wide angle lens on, I've had it on all morning, and you've got that nice mist behind you now, and I'm just going to show you what it's all about. Look at this going on down there. Look at that little bit of mist rolling over the top there, and I absolutely love that. It's very Jurassic Park looking. So I've decided to set the composition up with these boulders just in the front now. You can just see there's a couple of boulders down there in the foreground, and I'm shooting with that mist over there right down there in the background. So we are going to get a bit closer to it. It's still hanging around there. So we've just had some sideways rain, so we just had to try and stop the rain from hitting the lens, but I think I managed it. I've also got the polarizer on still as well, so I've rolled the polarizer both ways just to see if there is a difference, and there is a difference because it takes a sheen off the wet rocks. But yeah, I think that's going to be quite a nice moody image. It's got a bit of the old Jurassic Park about it. So yeah, pop the lens cap back on and move forward and get a little bit closer to the atmosphere that's that's going on. And it is raining. It's gone chilly as well. I've gone quite cold. I haven't got my down jacket on. It's yeah, pretty chilly. Come over on the edge a little bit now just to try and get this leading line that I've just spotted. Quite like it as well. I've got this little leading line coming from, I'll tell you what, let's show you rather than explain to you. Let's put the video on. Here we go. Right, so jump down to the video. We've got this leading line from this bottom right hand corner coming round. The polarizer is taking the glare off that water, so I've got one without it, one with it, but I do like the fact that you can see through there, and it leads you round through the image. You're going all the way along this ridge line right down to that bit of atmosphere. It's a shame this lot's not own atmosphere, but I do like that. Remember, the pictures are going to be a bit wider at the top, but it's all about this section here that takes you right through the image, and it even comes in from this side, so you've got like a natural triangle that sort of points you that direction, and then you follow the leading line down. So that's my image. That's nice and simple. You don't have to get that clever, apart from the fact that I am a little bit closer to the edge. The edge is literally just next to me. I can just show you where I am. So there's my edge, there's my feet just here, and there's the edge. So yeah, I'm quite close to the edge, but so be it. Get the shot anyway. So I'm going to take another one just to make sure all is good. Focus on the foreground. I'm at f11 to give me a little bit more depth in this image, just to roll through. But the mist is cleared now quite a bit, but I think still going to be quite a moody shot nevertheless. There we go. Right, lens cap back on and move forward a bit more. So I think I'm on my last one. I think this is it now. I think I'm getting, my hands are cold. I've had my little gloves on, but I do fancy me breakfast. Nigel's just sending a Father's Day message to his son. I'm going to do this last one. The mist is rolling off a little bit more now, and it has got really cold, even though it's June, middle of June. It's really, really cold. The image I've got set up in front is, and we're going to go over to video again. My video, we see here we've got this nice rock in the foreground. We've got a rock on the left and we've got a rock on the right. This is giving you a triangle and it's pointing you through the image, and we've got this lovely bit of mist that's just dissipating now there. There's not a lot left. So the big is all about, all my images today have been about the foreground, really leading you off into the distance. So this is what I'm using, this trinicle of rocks there. I've got a little rock pool again with the CPL, just gives you that difference on the CPL, one with, one without, and then that's my image, F11, and you should get all of that in nicely. See if we can brighten that image up for you a little bit. There you go. So that's my final shot, I think, of the day. I'm just going to make sure I've got everything, get my CPL, my polarizer, so I can see through the water's edge, focus on that rock in the foreground, snap the shot, roll the polarizer around the other way. I'm only shooting single shots today as well, aren't I? And I'm going to drag this sky in. I'm going to make this sky really grey and, like I say, atmospheric. So I think that's going to be my last one. I may just get one quick shot if we do get a little bit closer, but I've got a feeling we're going to walk back now, go and get some porridge, a banana and a nice cup of coffee, and I might take Nigel somewhere else. I might take him down to Ladyborough just to show him that before we go home. So yep, that's it, that's how I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, please let me know what you think of the images. Earlier on I mentioned about the height as well, didn't I? So yeah, let me know what you think about that, and the tripod's doing really well, really enjoying it. I'm liking the geared head as well, so yeah, so far so good. I just need some grips to go around it because it's really cold to carry the tripod when you've got no gloves on. So yeah, I need to get some of them. But yeah, till next time, don't forget, get out and shoot, no matter what the conditions are. Enjoy it, enjoy yourself, and dress up warm. See you soon. Ciao for now.